There is a place beyond death, where every soul has ever shuffled off this mortal coil finds its spiritual home. It is a place that has no boundaries, no hope, no past, and no future. Trapped as it is in an unending present. A country of the dead, where the massed ranks of billions upon billions of souls range across a limitless expanse to a dead horizon, shuffling through the echoing halls of vast funeral palaces, trudging over blasted plains, putrid with morbid vegetation. This is a place known as Dead Side. For many thousands of years, the Shadow Men have protected the world of the living against threats crossing over from the spiritual plane known as Dead Side. The place where everyone goes, without exception, when they die. Michael Leroy is the current heir to the mysteries of this ancient lineage, bearer of the Mask of Shadows. When darkness falls, he becomes the walker between the worlds, immortal voodoo warrior, taker of souls, lord of Dead Side, the Shadow Man. Welcome back, my transient guests. That is right, we are moving on to Shadow Man for the Nintendo 64. And this is also a licensed property, since Shadow Man was a series of comics before it was made a game. This is one that I know both Banjo Mateo and I played quite a bit in our youth. It's one that is exceptionally creepy as it goes on. It's a bit twisted, and I really wanted to re-explore again. We're going to see if it still holds up. I am very excited to give it a shot. We are going to at least get an introduction to it. We're not going to get very far, but still, I wanted to at least give you a peek. So here we go. Once again, my name is Mike Prey, and we are going to play some Shadow Man. Get a nice repeat of that music here. Alright, let's leave it at low res. We're going to turn the brightness up a little bit just for the sake of actually being able to see certain things. See if I can get to... Nope, I can't get to 75. So we're going to leave it at 77. Stretch! Ooh. Ooh. These old bones. Alright, we're going to start ourselves a new adventure. There is a bit of plot, so feel free to just kick back and enjoy. I feel like Left Hand should join Hamlet and Rainey. Then we may in fact do so.
The 9th of November.
Enjoy the moonlight sunlight over here.
And I am known as Jack. Spring Hill Jack. Jack the Ripper. By my deeds am I known, and they are truly bloody. I took them all to my heart. Mary Ann Nichols, Annie Chapman.
Sound is really soft.
Catherine Eddowes.
From me or the game?
And loved them. Truly loved them all. But the immortal power I sought within the sordid confines of their bodies,
how about now?
Still beating organ
Better?
of the soul, was not to be found. The ritual of the knife was to no avail. I am bereft, and must therefore perform that bloody ritual upon myself.
Stay your hand, Jack, and listen to what I have to say.
How did you find this place? Who are you?
My name is Legion, for we are many. The immortal power that you seek does exist. It does indeed lie within the soul, but only within
Just so you know,
certain ones,
Legion will never
certain
wipe his face
dark
off.
souls.
My God!
Always have.
What are you that you can produce such things from thin air?
Merely an explorer, much like yourself.
What is it that you want from me?
You are an architect by trade, are you not?
I am.
Then I would have you build a cathedral to pain. A place where you and I and others like us may join together. a place of asylum for all of the unique and misunderstood individuals that will follow you as the time of Armageddon approaches. And at the heart of Asylum, we shall construct a great dark engine powered by souls of equal hue, and we shall harness their power to create an immortal army to punish and cleanse this pathetic world.
And where might I build this cathedral of yours?
Across the veil, in the darkness, amongst the restless spirits of those who have passed beyond, in the place known as Deadside.
Then, if I am to join you, I must die.
It is prophecy. We cannot fail, for we are many.
For we are many.
Amen to
That great death acting. And here we get introduced to our hero. It's hard to say. He stabbed himself and then choked on his gum.
There's the darkness coming.
What's the problem, Magneta?
I had a dream, Shadow Man. A real bad dream. A dead-side dream. The five are here. The herald of the apocalypse. Deacon's fire confirms everything I feared. The end's coming, Shadow Man. An ancient prophecy tells of the return of a great evil to Deadside. A terrible force gathering dark souls to its darker heart and using their power to cross over into this world and bring about apocalypse.
I must stop this evil from bringing about the end of all things.
Only you can do it, Shadow Man. You are the walker between the worlds. I can't go Deadside, and Jaunty's next to useless in both worlds. You are the only one who can do anything about this.
As it ever was.
But you ain't never confronted anything like this evil. It's so pure, not even the ancient protectors of the Dark Souls could destroy it. They could only
The Dark
banish
Souls,
it from
there you go,
Deadside.
Id Toaster.
They knew it'd come back one day.
You're going to be
Hence
hearing about the Dark
prophecy
Souls
telling of its
quite a bit.
return. The power of the ancients is all but gone now, and the dark souls that evil desires lie unprotected. What you gotta do, Shadow Man, is to go Deadside and recover the dark souls. Take them into your own protection before evil gathers them to its terrible heart.
Okay, so let me get this straight. If I don't recover these dark souls, then the world's gonna end. Am I right?
You got it.
Shit.
Look, I gotta go. I've got a lot to do. Take Deacon's file and meet me at dawn at the church on the hill. I've kept your stuff safe for you.
So, Deacon's file, we'll read a little bit of it at a time. So this is where the real Dark Souls begins? Yes, exactly.
I hate this shit. Just a pawn in Nettie's master
But yeah,
plan.
Deacon's files are
She moves
pretty
me in
extensive,
mysterious
so
ways,
just read parts
and
of it.
brother, sometimes she really does move me. Can't do nothing about it since, nice as you please, she knitted my ribs into the mask of shadows. I got nothing left anyways. It's my fault Luke's dead, and Mom and Pop too. I deserve everything I get. Every bad thing that comes my way. Can't live, can't die. Deadside's the perfect good for me. A nowhere place. The asshole of the universe.
So Luke is Michael's little brother. And his whole family is dead for reasons. Which we will find out. Woo! Who's ready to put Shadow Man's Second Coming's release date on their tombstones? Ugh. Let's please not talk about Shadow Man 2. I got it, or I played it, being really excited after having really enjoyed this one. Curious. If the game has swears, do you have to change the classification of the stream? Not necessarily, I don't think, because I don't have it set as for kids, but I am going to change
name of the stream. Just one thing I forgot. There we go. Much better. Forgetting the dumb marketing stunt Acclaim pulled for Shadow Man 1. Also, it says Vampire Hunter D. Oh, no! I missed that one. Darn it. There we go. Oh, no, that's not the one I wanted. There we are. Much better. I'll fix that in the talking as well. So this game also has some similar control difficulties as Vampire Hunter D. I don't know why it's flickering so much. What version of the game is this? This is for the Nintendo 64. Because it's the one I actually own. I did have a friend who kept wanting to sell me the Dreamcast version, which I kind of wish I had instead. But this will do. It's the RE4 iteration of Vampire Hunter D. Tank controls over the shoulder, yes. But you do have a strafe button. If you hold R, you can strafe left and right. Which does wind up becoming incredibly useful as you go along. I don't remember what these little cadus do. But they're here, so you may as well. Is it flickering because the cartridge is slightly tilted? It could be, but I don't want to touch it in fear of it destroying the game. Also, we won't be playing too long, so... I want to at least get into Dead Side. And show you around that a little bit. That's not the game glitching. That's because that dog is actually a demon dog. Up and away. Did it just attempt a jump scare? Yes, basically. It's also to tell you that you're going the right way. Ooh. So these weird, like cocoon-looking things, not the ones that we can pick up, but the ones that are like on a pedestal almost, those contain dark souls inside of them. So once you have the ability to do so, you want to collect them. Look at this athleticism. Whee. Weirdly enough, this game's marketing made me think one of the songs David Bowie made for the craptastic game called Omicron, the Nomad Soul, in which he says, Shadow Man, in an elongated, weary voice. Oh boy. Yeah, I can imagine that being... not as cool as it sounds on paper. Got those dogs out here now. All watching the church for unknown reasons. They will definitely growl at you if you get close, and possibly more. Guess his heavy breathing makes me think he is severely out of shape and probably not fit enough to survive this tale. Well, gonna be a long game then. I'm gonna check something. Wonder if I can switch. No, can't switch to high res in game. I was gonna check it out to see if how different it looks, but too late. Also, considering the frame rate on this is already bad, I may just switch to high res from here on out.
Nettie?
Hey there, Mike. Glad you could make it.
How could I refuse your offer? How could I ever refuse you, Agneta?
You can't. I'm simply irresistible. I hope you read the file I gave you, and read it real well. Between the lines, you'll find the signs.
You got my stuff?
Come on in, honey.
You know, on the way over here, I got to thinking about these dark souls. If they're so damn dangerous, why didn't the ancients just destroy them?
Because that's
It's a sweeping
impossible.
17
Their
FPS.
power is their immortality. If evil ever manages to
remember I
implant these
also thought the
immortal
main
souls
character looked
into
like
its
a low-rent
monstrous
Vin Diesel
slaves,
on the cover
can
art.
you imagine the carnage
That's not
an
an
immortal,
inaccurate
unbeatable
assessment.
army would bring to the earth? That's Apocalypse, Shadowman. That's the end.
Okay, so I really got to get to the Dark Souls before the bad guy. I understand that, but where do I find him?
In Gobi. Each Gobi has been sealed by the most powerful voodoo. Not even the greatest Bokor or Mambo can open them to release the dark soul within. Believe me, I've tried.
Only we,
But a
as the
Shadow
Shadow
Man,
Man,
or
can
something
do so.
even more powerful, just might be able to do it. Release the dark soul and take it into yourself. But be warned, the dark
But
souls
the
are
ones
pure
that are
and
here
ancient evil and possess a power that
in
should not be abused.
live side.
Okay.
Cannot be opened yet.
Let's just get this thing over with. You got my stuff?
Right here.
Jesus, Luke, he's alive. Alive and in pain. I've got to help him.
He's dead, Mike. You know that.
I know, but I saw.
It's understandable that you still have strong feelings for your brother. That's why the bear works for you, connecting you to Deadside. Use it now, Mike. Go
Are those
Deadside
flesh
and
bags
find
with
Jonty.
spikes? Always
He's
wondered
waiting
what
for
those
you at
were.
the narrow gate.
Basically,
He's got something to show you.
Okay.
there's really
And
nothing
Mike-
more to say
Yeah.
other than that.
If you need me, I'll be here. Now, go see Jonty and get them dark souls.
So, what you got from here is... Well, hang on, let me get this item first. You got a gun that you can use. But it's not going to do anything. I think it's also stupid that he holds it sideways. It's like, come on. And you also got a teddy bear, which was your little brother Luke's teddy bear. Ooh. So you have a bit of a psychic connection with it. And that is also... And that's also what connects you to Deadside. By that line of thinking, giving the game's subject matter, one could give him the nickname Voodoo Vince for laughs. Okay, so we're going to head over to Deadside. We'll explore for just a little bit, and then we'll wrap it up for the night. That's not the right button. Here we go. Actually, before we go down, we're going to read a little bit of the file. Okay, so these 5 reports are on the 5 bosses that we have to fight. We're only going to read the introduction to it until we're actually on the case. So, serial killer reports, October 1999. I'll read it as a detective. Wherever possible includes background, criminal profile, sightings, and prime suspect for each of the following. Report number 1, the Lizard King, Dr. Victor Batrakian. Report number 2, Repo Man, Marco Cruz. Report number 3, Video Nasty Killer, Milton Pike. Report number 4, Home Improvement Killer, New York City. Report number 5, Jack 2, London, England. Thomas Deacon, P.I., Private Investigations. Agneta, here's the information you requested regarding the 5 serial killers, referred to you by yourself as the 5. My research has led me into areas I do not normally pursue. No demon spear, Asmodeus, as far as I can see. My sources tell me that each report is as current as it can be. The Batrachian report is particularly up to date, with a news item included that is only a week old. When studying the information, a particular note is the inclusion of symbols and poems at the crime scenes, along with the phrase, "For we are many," taken, I believe, from the Bible, Mark chapter 3, verse 9. Are these guys in cahoots, or is it simply coincidence? Knowing you as I do, Nettie, I cannot believe it's the latter. Anyway, hope the stuff proves useful. Best regards, Tom. And then it goes into the details of each one, but it's like a lot of details, so we'll leave that out. But let's take a trip to Deadside. So the teddy bear transports you between Deadside and Liveside, and also any other locations that you unlock. But be prepared for Michael's declaration of who he is.
I am the Lord of Deadside, shadow-born at the confluence of worlds to walk between. Liveside is without the meaning that my partly living possesses here in Deadside.
You almost sound like you're doing Christopher Walken impression.
At the edges of reason. As a god, I step forth upon the writhing, suppurating surface of the Deadside serpent. What sleep is here? What dreams there are in the unctuous coilings of the snake's mortal shuffling. Weapon in my hand, the arcing death blow at the end of all things. The horror, I embrace it.
Alright, so here we are in Deadside, right in the little river of blood. And we have a little zombie enemy over here to start everything off. Unfortunately, you're going to have to get used to hearing that quite a bit. It's a terrible sound. Great. So one of the things about the shadow gun here is that it does have homing capabilities, which makes things a bit easier when the controls are not very great. That gun sound effect is quite significant, yes. And you do have to make sure you shoot them enough for them to be filled with light. Explode in righteous fury. And by terrible sound, you mean enhancement of the game experience by tenfold, right? Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, of course, we got to meet Jaunty at the very least.
Hello there, Michael. How's that treating you?
Hello there, Michael.
Kindly refer to me as Shadow Man. Michael Lawa has no place here in Deadside.
Whatever, Mick. It's good to see you again. Seems like simply ages since I last set my eyes on your happy, smiling mug.
The feeling's mutual.
I suppose you've been away dallying with the old battle axe, giving her one with some of that righteous voodoo so she can stay forever young?
Something like that.
She's been filling your head with her fated pillow talk again, I'll bet. Soon saying an army giddy until you're drunk with the stuff.
She did happen to mention a certain prophetic dream she's been having.
Did she now? Well, for once I think the owl witch might be right. See that bloody big black tower yonder?
How could I miss it?
Well, old Bruegel, the medieval painter blokey, was just telling me the other day that he thought it looked remarkably like a picture he once did.
Is that Peter Bruegel?
No, Seamus, his distant Irish cousin. Anyway, he was quite shocked though he was at the terrible mess that bloody thing's making. Appearing out of nowhere and tearing its way through the place like there's no tomorrow. Which, given what Leslie's saying, might not be too far from the truth.
Any idea what's going on in there?
Nope, and I shan't be knocking on the front door to find out neither. All I'll say is, if there's something wicked heading this way, it'll be coming from in there.
Nettie mentioned the Dark Souls. Can you tell me any more about them?
I'm afraid I'll have to reply in the negative again, Michael. Suffice it to say, Nettie's told me that they're bloody powerful, well nigh indestructible, and shouldn't fall into the wrong hands.
Any idea where they might be?
What am I, the Dark Souls travel guide now? Suppose you could try all of the ancient sacred places down amongst the whalers and shiverers. We just hope that none of them souls have ended up in that filthy big black tower.
From what Nettie was saying, some of them already have, which is all the more reason for me to be pushing on. Open the gates, Jaunty.
Places to go, people to see, eh, Michael?
Just open the gates, Jaunty.
Did I ever tell you about the time me and Attila the Homer playing fiddles with the guillotine heads of the French aristocracy?
Jaunty.
All right, keep your bloody hair on. Which, looking at your shining bonds, may prove to be rather difficult.
First time
Open
in
sesame.
forever, we'll be playing Shadow
And if we want to
Man.
pop by and chat a while, I'll still be here. It's just a shame we can't share a drop of the hard stuff together by a roaring cheap fire.
I don't drink with snakes.
That look of disgust from Jaunty. Seems like someone at Acclaim played Conker's Bad Fur Day, tried to do their own take on the intoxicated scarecrow, but less charming. Jaunty does get a bit more amusing as you go along. These zombies really need to get their asshole taken care of. Appreciate the ambitious scope of this title, voice acting, gameplay, execution. Yeah, honestly, it's a huge game, especially for the systems that it was placed on. Oh, this game. I remember they had some sort of promo pre-order sunglasses way back when. Ooh, wish I could have gotten those sunglasses. I'm gonna be honest, I can't remember why I decided to get it. Or even when, specifically. So what's the story of Shadow Man again? Aren't you a voodoo priest investigating the murders of Jack the Ripper or something? So Jack the Ripper is only part of it. Legion has assembled basically a superstar group of serial killers and is using them basically as their heralds of the apocalypse. And it's up to you, Shadow Man, basically the quote-unquote Lord of Deadside, to put a stop to it. What the hell? Did I get hit? Have you played Shadow Man 2? Yes, I have. It's on the PlayStation 2, and it's much more of like an arcade platformer kind of a thing. it's really not nearly as good as this. Even though I'm sure this doesn't look fantastic, but as you get further into the game and you start to deal with a lot more crazy things, you see why this is a pretty cool game. Good thing you have unlimited ammo. These things seem to be a pain in the ass to kill. Yes. Yes, they are. That's too bad. That's exactly how I felt when we rented it from, like, West Coast Video or whatever. Oh, no. Alright, I'm gonna jump across this bridge and then save the game. Because I don't want to extend this too much. You and jumping are not on good terms. No. Most certainly not, especially when that happens. So the controls are easier from the back view, but it doesn't mean that jumping is easy because you can't see where your feet are. So are you using an HDMI modded N64 or something to be able to easily stream this? No, I am using my actual Nintendo 64. It's plugged into a splitter right now. So I have multiple AV devices plugged into the TV. I can't open that yet. But the splitter itself is plugged into an HDMI upscaler. Great. I'm gonna die. And that upscaler is plugged into my capture card. It's actually a very simple capture card that I'm using. I did have an Elgato, but the delay on it was so huge that I needed something else. It did escalate quickly. Jesus. Come on. That was rough. Literally just getting up on things is difficult. Shut up. I've had it with your wheezing. Use a nebulizer, you fool. Yeah, the platforming specifically is very difficult. And yes, another challenge is that there is no map. You just have to deal with it. There we go. What the hell? You push forward and that happens. Okay, so that's one of the ways you need to go. Bye-bye. So this is one of the, now if only I knew how to actually use this. That's the big thing.
I'm the Lord of Deadside.
Yeah, so this is one of the like gates that you have to open in order to get to special areas. Now that we've got to one, I'm gonna save it, and then we're gonna be done. We will continue next time. Let's save the adventure. At Mystical Ninja, WCW versus NWO, and Shadow Man. By the way, this game supports the Rumble Pack. Now that we're back in talking. Well, we did it. We beat Vampire Hunter D with the best ending, and we started Shadow Man. Got a little bit of a taste. It is going to seem pretty tedious in the beginning until events start to unfold in the game, but I promise you, if you stick with Shadow Man, you're going to see why it's so cleverly creepy and why it's a game I actually really wanted to go back to. Vampire Hunter D I did have interest in checking out, but I was quickly reminded why it was a rough experience the first time. This one, despite the control shortcomings, is a game that I think that you all will enjoy as we go. Are you gonna raid tonight? Yeah, I'm gonna look and see if see who may be streaming still at the moment, and see if we can share the love a little bit. Now, keep in mind, if you, even though I am raiding someone else, if you have to go, that's totally fine. You don't have to stick around. But if you do decide to stick around in the channel that we raid, please go ahead and erase the question mark refer thing and just go to their link. That way you count as a viewer for them. But let's see who else is on right now that I think you people may enjoy. Okay, I think I have somebody. Let's see. Raid. Okay, so thank you all for joining me. We got the best ending for Vampire Hunter D. I'm glad we did it. It wasn't nearly as exciting as I hoped, but we can at least say we did it. Also, thank you for joining me still for Shadow Man. I shall see you all next time. I am going to get the raid going, but once again, my name is Mike Bray, and this has been the Bone Chalk Broadcast. I have been your Bone Chalk Hunter, and I appreciate you spending the night with us. The rest is silence.